In this part of the video, we are going to go ahead and work on up. This week we learn up as well as some stretching. We also go ahead and incorporate 2 paws just to make sure that Zoe is paying attention to what we're asking and not just assuming to get up onto everything. And just as a training reminder, you can see how often I'm rewarding Zoe, and you can also see I'm having her hold the position for a longer amount of time than just doing it and then getting directly off. I want to build that impulse control with each individual item and also get her to understand to hold and cooperate and not get scared and bail. Here I go ahead and I work on Zoe's eye contact with me. You can see she always kind of wants to look everywhere but directly at me. So while I have her elevated, we're going to work on that eye contact. This is going to help build a connection between the two of us. It's also going to help her to trust that looking at me is a good thing. This is going to be an additional new piece to your homework. This is going to be your neck stretch. We want to make sure that our dogs are nice and loose and limber through our parkour. And the main areas we utilize is that neck, shoulder, and spine. So here we're just going to get Zoe to just turn her neck. What we want is neck motion, not feet motion. You can see that her feet are nice and planted, and we're only getting that neck. I take that treat in directly to the nose and then just move side to side. You can see I have treats in both hands when I do this. This is going to be another one of your stretches. You have her 2 paws, and then you just hold the treat just a little bit above her nose. You can see right now she's distracted. My neighbors were doing something. She was getting a little worked up about it, just redirected that brain back, and then got her to do the stretch. It's not that the treat is so far above they can't actually reach it. It's just you hold it far enough, they're just reaching nicely through and getting a nice big stretch through that spine. The next stretch we work on is spin. This one is super hard for Zoe and myself because she still doesn't have a lot of trust in me. And for me to get her to do the spin, I have to go up and above her, which is very scary and intimidating. So you can see me just nicely, slowly break this down so that I can get her to work with me. And I just try to watch my body motion and movement to break it down. You guys should be able to get her to spin without as much issue. She trusts you. But for me, we're still working on that level of trust. So we break it down to make it where she succeeds and starts to trust me. You can see Zoe getting a little overwhelmed about doing this, so I go ahead and break it down for her a little bit more by redirecting a couple times throughout this. Here in a second, you'll see us even go to a up. So Zoe, a little overstimulated from doing our spin exercises, is now getting distracted by my neighbor who pulled in. So you see me move her back and forth in a fast manner, 2 pausing, 4 pausing, and just keeping her distracted. This is where that parkour becomes beneficial. Instead of allowing her that time to get stuck in her own head and focus on what she wants to think is scary, we get busy, we work, we move. Then she's focusing on me, paying attention to me, not the scary things out there. And your final new piece of homework this week is our stay. When we build that stay, I want to know that my dog understands stay means stay no matter where I am. In front of you, to the side of you, behind you, it doesn't matter. For Zoe's case, I want her to understand I can move around her and she doesn't have to be nervous or fearful. And so we do this stay, step, click, reward. Stay, step, click, reward. Stay, step, click, reward, release. We're moving from shoulder to shoulder, and we're always saying stay and then taking that step and clicking and rewarding. Again, saying stay before you move, step, click, reward, as long as she's not moving. As we progress, we're going to start to work towards getting to step to that hip and even do full circles around her. But for now, we just work shoulder to shoulder. Then we'll build hip to hip and be able to do that full circle again, where stay means stay no matter where I am.